Capricorns, hello, welcome to this channel. This is your July reading. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email when you are ready. So let's see what's coming through for you. So this is a Celtic cross. I will show you the cards. All right, so center of the reading you have King of Cups crossed by World. Looks like you are ready. And subconscious Sun, perfect. Past position you have Nine of Cups, and conscious position you have Page of Pentacles. For the future, you have Justice. And advice card, advice for the month of July, Ace of Swords. And environment, Six of Swords. Opportunities, Three of Pentacles. And the final outcome, the Moon. So you have Sun and the Moon. And Emperor is on the back of the deck. So you have several. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. So it looks like major developments, change. It could be that you are making some powerful decisions here. You have Justice as well as the Ace of Swords. So decision time for some of you. And you are also leaving something behind. You have completed something. So it could be a particular area of your life. It could be, something to do with your relationships, place of living, your job, your business, something to do with your health. So you have you are completing something, and for some it could be, beginning something new. Sun and the Ace of Swords. It could be that you are moving. You are changing homes. Relocation is also something that's coming through for you. Six of Swords. On the other hand, it could also be that you are spending a lot of time outside. Wherever you are, it's very hot, but you are getting a lot of sunlight. On the other hand, this is also something that you are taking up, something that you are, a new experience is what I want to say, which is very inspiring, which is you are feeling energized, inspired, motivated, excited. So you are excited to begin something new here. So for some, travel is coming through. It could be that you are, taking a vacation, going somewhere. For some, it may have something to do with, again, your home. It could be you changing homes. It could be you doing some renovation, making some changes at home, or this could also be partnerships. It could be something to do with your career. Maybe you are taking up a new job, a new position, something to do with your business. Maybe you are getting new clients. Collaboration is what this energy is. You are collaborating with others, meaning whatever it is that you want to do, Capricorn, there are people who are helping you with things, who are with you on this. So so support, resources, information, that will make things much easier for you. And yes, you are ending the month with the Moon card. Moon is you finally making that decision, So yes, it's a little bit, you might feel sensitive because you are letting go of something. But then this is you being courageous, doing what's best for you. Yes, Emperor is on the back of the deck. So this is the month when you are, again, being brave, being courageous. So this is also a card of rebellious, being a rebel for a cause, maybe. something that's meaningful for you. this is a breakthrough moment, whatever it is that you are doing, meaning this is where you are telling yourself, okay, enough is enough, I am done with this, now it's time for me to do something about it, so this is, you are not waiting for something, you are not waiting for something to happen. This is where you are rolling up your sleeves, taking initiatives, doing what needs to be done. So justice, a breakthrough moment here. Yes, whatever it is, whatever decisions you are making, Capricorn, it may not go well with others. Six of Swords is in the environment, and that can make you feel. This is sadness. This is where you are. Um, things are a little bit heavier. So it may have something to do with the people around, and if whatever decisions you are making, if it's going to affect them in some way, then they won't be happy, but it could be that you are doing what's best for you, justice. But with the justice card, what I'm also getting is you are also, you are actually, the reason why you are feeling this way. Six of Swords is like feeling a little bit like you, yes, you know what it is that you want to do, but it comes with a cost, so it's like, for instance, if it's not going well with the people who are with you, then that will make you feel like sad, and it will make things a little bit difficult for you, but yeah, but this is also where you are also thinking about others, and that's the reason why you are feeling this way. Otherwise, you will be like blasting through things and not worry about anything or anybody, right? But since you have this, it's like you are also thinking about others, and this is where you are making fair decisions. It could be, doing something that feels right for you. Yeah. All right, so let's see what's happening in the sky in July, because in July, the full moon is happening in your sign and we have the moon card. Okay, so just be aware of what's happening around the full moon. It's happening on the 10th. And full moon is also the time. There is lot of, like, all these cards here has to do with completion. Full moon is all about completion, and this is where you are beginning something new. It could be that you are taking a class, it could be you are traveling, it could be you doing something that brings you a sense of joy, happiness, excitement, and it could be new friendships, it could be a new home, whatever, or it could be that you are taking up a new creative project, things like that, or you are you are making your own decisions, feeling empowered. This is a card of empowerment, because you are doing, you are being your own person, independence, freedom. Yes, that's what the full moon energy is. So that's pay attention to your intuition, what you are coming across around the full moon time. Okay, so on the 4th of July, that is today, I'm actually reading on the 4th, we have Venus moving into the sign of Gemini. Now, Venus is a planet of abundance, prosperity, home, beauty, love, friendships, everything amazing. So Venus is moving into the sign of Gemini. So this is where you are, it could be that you are something Venus related, and you have justice as well. Justice is, this is ruled by Libra, and the Libra's ruling planet is Venus. So it could be that, you are shopping, you are doing some online shopping, you are shopping for others, maybe gifts, presents, something like that. This is where you are receiving some gifts, or it could also be that you are shopping for gifts for others. So that's Venus energy. And then we have Neptune retrograde happening in the sign of Aries. Emperor is ruled by Aries. So this could be your energy, Capricorn, or it could be someone in your life, someone you are interacting with. yeah, Aries energy. It could be that, it could be your energy. So, Neptune retrograde in Aries, this can make us feel like confused. A foggy mind is what this energy is. So, things may not feel clearer, uh, but but the energy also reminds us to sit with the confusion, and the clarity will come. So it's about reflecting on what is it that we want to do, and what we want to experience and everything, and the clarity will come. We will be guided in the right direction. So it's important to stay open and listen to your own intuition, the insights that you are receiving, signs, synchronicities, things like that. So when we stay open, it will be easy for us to make the right choices and the right decisions. So, and then on the 7th, we have Uranus moving into the sign of Gemini. Now, Uranus is a planet of unconventional ideas. So, that's the Justice card. This is where you are telling yourself enough is enough, and you are doing something maybe that you are not comfortable with, something that you are not familiar with. Maybe you are trying something new, something different that you are not comfortable with, but you are still doing it. So, that's nice. Yeah, breaking out of your own comfort, this is freedom. This is where you are telling yourself, okay, that is, I can do it. And with all these cards here, if you have been procrastinating, if you have been delaying some decision, this is where you are saying, okay, so that is, if you have been on the fence, this is where you are making, this is the month where you are making some decisions. So Uranus energy, yes. And then, which is also about freedom, and that's exactly what this energy is. This is where you are releasing some blocks, Capricorn. You are really, it could be internal blocks, it could be your own patterns, what you thought was possible for you. This is where you are unstoppable. Where you are telling yourself the possibilities are unlimited. So you are breaking your own limits. You are breaking all those you are overcoming all those internal blocks, and you are moving forward in a powerfully. So that's nice. And then on the 10th, we have the Capricorn full moon happening. Your sign, it's in your sign. So that is all about completion and new beginnings. And then on the 13th, we have Saturn retrograde happening in the sign of Aries. Again, Aries energy. Saturn is a planet of discipline and commitment. And that's what I'm seeing here for you. Commitments. So, and whatever it is that you want to do, Capricorns, again, this is where you are making empowered decisions. You are, what is right for you, and then you are making your decision and moving forward. So, and this is also clear thinking, knowing what you want. That's important. That's exactly what this energy is about. So commitments and discipline. So single-mindedly focusing on something, and disciplined and committed. So that's nice. All right. Yes, however, Saturn retrograde can make us feel restricted, but this is where you are breaking all the restrictions. If at all you are coming across some restrictions, this is where you are like, no, you are not taking no for an answer here. You are breaking through the illusions, imaginations. It could be internal or it could be external, the people you are coming across, and yes, again, like I said, being a rebel. Okay. And then on the 17th, we have Mercury retrograde happening in the sign of Leo. Now, we are already in the shadow period, and Mercury is a planet of communication, technology, things like that. During the retrograde, we might come across some communication issues. It could be phone lines, it could be, coming across some slowdowns, delays, setbacks. It could be our, communication channels. Like, for instance, it could be websites, it could be, um, our service provider, or for some it could also be interpersonal communication. Maybe you are saying something and the other person is getting a totally different message, things like that. So avoid, it's important to be clear about what you want, and so you can then communicate clearly, because just to avoid misunderstandings. And if there is something you don't understand, then it's important, avoid making any assumptions. It's important you ask the person what it's all about. If you are signing a contract, this is where it feels like you are signing a contract. It could be you are putting down the down payment for a home or something, or this is also you, if there is something you are trying to do, this is, it could be that you are outsourcing. It could be that, for instance, if this has something to do with your home, it could be you hiring a handyman, a technician, an architect, something like that. So whatever it is that you are trying to do, it's important to communicate clearly what your expectations are, and also it's important to get everything in writing so there are no confusions later on. And being clear about, being assertive is important. Sticking to your own decisions and not getting distracted by what's happening. For instance, like, if when we try to do something with others, it could be a team environment, it could be, vendor, something like that. So they might, maybe, like, we sometimes we go into it with a clear idea of what we are trying to do here, but when we hear other people's opinions and their suggestions and everything, then we get distracted. It's important, it's okay, like, I mean, it's nice to hear others perspective. It's nice to hear others' perspectives. However, at the same time, we also want to make sure that we are not, we are getting what it is that we want, or better. So there are no confusion later on. So that kind of, clarity is important before signing a contract, if you are hiring people, working with others, things like that. So you are not distracted. On the other hand, if you are, like, it's also important to make sure that you understand everything clearly, like the terms and conditions if it's a contract, and what is the the policies and the regulations and rules, things like that. So therefore, it may have something to do with policies, regulations, the companies that you are dealing with, organizations, authority figures, government. So for instance, like, if you are trying to do if you are starting a business, or if you are, for some it could be overseas travel, and or if you are investing, if you are making a huge investment, things like that. So this is, it could also be that you are seeking legal advice, consulting someone to make sure that everything is smooth and there is nothing to worry about later on. So it could be legal advice for some of you, or it could be your own energy, you going over the details, paying attention to all the nitty-gritties to make sure you are understanding everything clearly. So that is Mercury retrograde. And patience and flexibility is important during this period. And then we have, on the 20th, Mars. Okay, South Node is in Virgo, and Mars will be there too in the sign of Virgo. I mean, in South Node. So that has to do with karmic patterns and release. So for some, yeah, that's what I'm seeing here with the world card. A karmic release. It could be karmic patterns, Capricorn. For instance, it could be, habits, patterns, beliefs, things like that. So this is where you are done with it. If that is not something that's helpful for you, you are done with it, and you are creating new beliefs, new habits, things like that. For some, it could also be something in your external, like for instance, karmic people you hang out with, karmic relationships. It could also be places, so a job situation. So this is where a release is happening. Yeah, that's happening on the 20th. And then on the 22nd, Sun moves into the sign of Leo. That's the Sun card here. And Sun is ruled by Leo. It could be, may have something to do with a Leo in your life. Yeah. Or it may have something to do with, children in your life, friendships, children, or it could also be your own inner child. So I will come back to this. The reason why I am saying this is because that's when we will also be moving into a new zodiac sign. The energy is shifting. Now we are in Cancer season, and that's what this energy is. Moon. Moon is ruled by Cancer, and from Cancer we will move into the sign of Leo. So Cancer has to do with emotions, feelings, home, family, intuition, spirituality, creativity, things like that. And Leo has to do with our self-expression, and this Mercury retrograde is also happening in the sign of Leo. So if you have Leo in your chart, then this is important, because you will feel the shift in the energy. You will feel more energetic, and this is also where you are receiving new insights, some inspirational thoughts, things like that. On the other hand, Mercury retrograde in Leo is all about self-expression, authenticity, childlike energy. And Mercury has to do with communication. So the retrograde could mean going inward. And that's what this energy is. This is in your subconscious. you know, See, everything is connected. Tarot, astrology, everything is connected. So Sun is in the subconscious. So this is where you are, going inward, meaning you are asking yourself, am I living my best life? Asking yourself questions, Capricorn. So it may sound something like this. If not, just let me know. It could be like you are asking yourself, am I living my best life? Am I taking care of myself? Am I taking care of my future self? That is also important, right? Our future self. Because we have to take care of them now so they can be happy. And then it could also be, if you are making the right choices, decisions, if you are spending your time wisely, if you are hanging out with the right people, is there something else that needs my attention? Things like that, all these things, all these important questions. So that's what's happening here. So you are going inward, and it could also be about, about something about living your best life. What brings you a sense of excitement, what energizes you, what brings you a sense of happiness, balance, joy, things like that. So for some, it also has to do with inner child healing, something that you taking care of yourself, you doing what feels right for you. Yeah. So that's nice. And then on the 24th, we have Leo new moon happening. Again, the new moon full moon is happening in your sign, Capricorn, and the new moon is happening in the sign of Leo. You have both cards. I mean, both in the sense the moon's energy is coming through for you. And then moon in Virgo squares Uranus in Gemini. So that's happening on the 26th. That can make us feel a little bit restlessness and control issues. And yeah, justice may have something to do with that. With both these energies, it may have something to do with criticism, judgments, you putting things under the microscope, things like that. So it can go both ways. It can either help you make the right choices, decisions, or it can make you feel a sense of restlessness. So just be aware of how you are feeling about things. Know what's in your control, what you don't have control over. For instance, if somebody in your life is not happy with your decisions, that is not something that, yes, of course, that's their happiness is important for us, but you also want to make sure that you are doing what's right for you. You have we have a responsibility for we are responsible for our life. We are responsible for our own happiness. And yes, we have to be adjusting and we have to remain flexible and everything, but at the same time we also have to take care of ourselves and not give our happiness in somebody else's hands. So that's important, and that's exactly what's happening here, you making empowered decisions. So yeah, it's important to know like what you have control over, what you don't. Yeah, and what is it, where do you want to spend your time, energy, what is worth fixing, and where do you want to just let go and loosen your grip a little bit. So that is important to know. So you are not fighting battles that are not going to be helpful for you or others. So yes, that is 26. And on the 30th, we have Venus moving into the sign of Cancer. Yes, Venus, again, Venus is here with the Justice card. So Venus, again, Venus loves to be in Cancer. And it's also about, again, beautifying your environment, your space, yourself. So focusing on beauty, be it your surroundings, your environment, or you. When it comes to beauty, I'm not talking about the outward looks. I'm not talking about the outfit or skincare or anything like that. Yes, that is important too. We have to take care of our body, ourselves. But I'm also talking about other things, like beauty is also about when we feel that sense of inner power, when we make decisions that are right for us instead of waiting for somebody else. When we make empowered decisions, that is also beauty. Yeah, that also make us feel beautiful, our inner strength. When we make brave actions, when we make our own decisions, when we do what's right for us, when we speak up, and when we honor our own creativity, our spirituality, when we honor our own individuality, that make us feel beautiful. So that's also the beauty that I'm talking about. So for some, it could be outward appearances, home, beautifying, our space, but it's also about, for you, that's what I'm seeing with all these cards here. This is inner beauty that you are seeking, because sun is in the subconscious. So yeah, you doing something that brings you a sense of joy, balance. Balance is also coming through here. Joy, balance, happiness, excitement. You honoring your own creativity, spirituality, individuality. Amazing. And on the 31st, we have Mercury Kazimi happening in Leo. What that means is Mercury is closer to the sun on the 31st. And that's what I have no idea. Capricorn, whatever is happening in the sky is what I am seeing on the cards for you. So what that tells me is you are in touch with yourself, your own higher self. Your intuition is very strong, and it could be that you are doing a lot of self-reflection, um, things like that. So it's amazing how, like, everything that's on the chart there is on the cards as well. So this is a final outcome card, okay? And the Mercury Kazimi in Leo is happening on the 31st, last day of the month. And so again, Mercury is going to be closer to Sun. Wow, this is Mercury's energy and this is Sun. They are next to each other. And this is introspection, your self-reflection, things like that, which is what this energy is all about. I don't know what you are coming across. Whatever it is, amazing, powerful. You are the universe, is what I want to say. Okay. Which means, which, which means whatever is happening in the universe is affecting you as well. So it's equally important you take care of yourself, because there are all kinds of things happening right in our world. There are good things, pleasant experiences, pleasant things, and also something that's that is not good, something that's not right, So whenever you come across that feeling, like when you feel conflicted in your own thoughts, just know, like, is it something to do with you, or if it's the collective energy that you are feeling, sometimes we feel in a certain way, sometimes we feel personally, like when I come across like something, like whenever I feel a sense of heaviness and sad, maybe everything is going right in my life, I have a beautiful life, I don't have any complaints, like I have a blessed life, and every day I'm grateful to God for being here with me and helping me navigate the ups and downs of everyday life. I am blessed. And however, sometimes when I feel that sense of heaviness, and I ask myself, okay, is this something that I am going through, or is it the collective energy that I am feeling? Because whenever that happens, I won't be able to, put my finger on something particular which is making me feel sad, because everything is going okay in my life, but I still feel sad sometimes. So it could be because maybe you are a sensitive person, maybe you are an empath. So the energy of the environment and what's happening in the world also might affect you. And that's exactly what I'm seeing on the cards for you, okay? Because this is what's happening in the sky. So it's important. So whenever you are feeling that, feeling heavy and some burdensome or conflicted in your thoughts, know if it has something to do with your own personal life or if it's a collective energy you are picking up. If yes, then it's important you take care of yourself. It could be listening to soft music, writing, going for a walk, whatever, being with your pets, things like that. So that's important. So you don't let that drag you down. All right, so that's what's happening in the sky. Okay, now so emperor's number 4 here has to do with you focusing on a foundation. It could be that whatever it is that you are doing, maybe you are starting from scratch, world card. For some, it could be a new relationship, a new job, a new business, a new place, things like that. So it could be that you are still building, and you are going into it with a fresh perspective, like a new beginner, is what I want to say. Yeah, foundation. So this is also about you focusing on strengthening your foundation. Even if you are not beginning anything new, Capricorn, it also has to do with existing relationships, existing job, whatever the case may be. This is where you are trying to understand, okay, how can you're focusing on the basics, So this could mean you asking yourself, okay, what if you come across any challenges, you are going deeper, to understand uh, where this is coming from and where do you need to make a change, or what needs to be strengthened, you know which area, what needs to be strengthened. It could be your commitments, it could be being more disciplined, it could be you making healthy choices when it comes to your health and wellness. It could be having open conversations when it comes to your relationships. It could be uh, you know go something to do with our attitudes, the way we see our challenges, the way we see ourselves, our potential, things like that. So focusing on the basics is what this energy is. On the other hand, what I'm also getting is it could also be that you are focusing on all areas of your life, meaning you are making time for everything. It could be your friendships, your relationships, your the projects that you are responsible for, your home, things like that. So but it can be like we only have 24 hours in a day, and it can make you feel like exhausted and the journey a little bit heavier, as if you are uh, this might feel like an uphill journey. So it's important you know where you are spending your time, energy, and how can you free up some time so you can focus on you. That is important. And is there something you need to let go? It could also be the conversations you are carrying with yourself wherever you are, Capricorn. It may not have something, it could be like, the experiences that you are coming across and your thoughts about those experiences. It could be a conversation you had with someone, or it could be your goals, all the things you have to do, all the things that you want, your dreams, attachments, things like that. So it's important to know what's going on in the headspace, the conversations that you are carrying, that you are still choosing to hold on to. So sometimes we just have to make a decision to let go. Okay. It's all about, if something didn't go well, then it's about taking the lesson, because that experience is actually a learning opportunity. Take the lesson and then drop it and then move on, is what I want to say. Yes. Yeah, that's what the sun card is. It could be that you are doing it. It could be off and on, but whenever you are in that energy of overthinking, you are also remembering to let go. Sun. And yes, Nine of Cups is in the past position. So for some, this is like it could be that vacation is ending now. So, and now you are back to um, your regular routine, something like that. This is where you are just taking it easy, and it could be unhealthy choices that for some it could be just food, maybe it was a all inclusive vacation or something like that. And or for some it could be like, if you have been procrastinating, this is where you are finishing things. World, things are coming to a full circle here. It could be that you are back to a regular routine. It could be you making some changes. So world here has to do with completion. So now is also the time when you are taking care of all the pending tasks. Be proactive. If you are expecting something, like for instance, if you have another trip coming up, or if you have to finish a project, something to do with your children, their admission, maybe they need help with something, it's important to you know what needs your attention, and this is where you are taking care of things, so you don't have to worry about things later on. So it looks like your plate is full. There are a lot of things that you need to do. There are a lot of things you need to figure out, but at the same time you're also excited about what's in store for you. That's nice. Then you also have King of Cups in the center, and the world is covering it. So for some, it may have something to do with a relationship. It could be that you are starting a new relationship, or it could also be, you going your way, like parting ways. Could be that for some of you. All right. On the other hand, King of Cups could also be your energy, Capricorn. This is where you are in control. Self-control is what that energy is. Being in control of your own emotions. Yes, there are certain things that you may feel kind of sensitive. However, you are riding the wave. You are in control. You are not letting your emotions make decisions for you. You are also being practical. Okay. This is a card of being practical, logic, reasoning, and things like that. And this is your advice card. And that makes total sense because King of Cups has to do with emotions, feelings, however, being in control, And this is where you are leaving the emotions behind and you are being more practical about things now. So again, something to do with either a job, a relationship, things like that. This is where, if this is the advice card, the advice here is to be practical about things. You want to, the card is reminding you to rise above your emotions, be aware of the emotional choices and decisions you are making. But you are not actually. With the World card, I don't see that. Okay. Yeah, so if there is anything, the card is reminding you rise above your emotions, the ups and downs of everyday life, and it's reminding you your spirit is more powerful than your problems, Capricorn. You are more powerful than the challenges that you are coming across. So the card is reminding you, you got this, you can do it. And so whatever it is that you want to do, be very clear about what you want. It's not a question of whether you can do it or not. It's about asking yourself whether you want to do it or not. When you make up your mind, then things will happen automatically. You will know what to do, what the next course of action is. So yeah, that's your advice card. This card is reminding you, be more empowered. Meaning, being empowered is all about being aware that we have a choice, regardless of the challenges we come across, whatever the case may be, sometimes, yes, our emotions are involved when it comes to certain things. But this is reminding you to be aware of what you have control over, what you don't have control over, and do what feels right for you. So, when you do what's right for you, it will be right for everybody concerned. Okay, so yeah. And this is a card of success and victory. This is where you are beginning something new and you are on the right path. All right, and then Page of Pentacles is on the ego position. This is where you are, both these cards, what's within is what's outside, what you are experiencing outside. This is, in the subconscious, this is where you are looking forward, you are excited, you are enthusiastic, inspired, and this is you receiving some new opportunities. It could be new friendships. It could be that you are learning something new. It could be you going on an adventure. It could be you taking whatever comes your way as an adventure. The challenges that you are coming across. This is an adventure for you. So yeah, you are open and you are receptive. It's not like you are resisting anything. You are in the flow, Capricorn. So that's nice. Something to do with your children here. It could be that you are traveling as if together, and it could be that you are spending more time with them. Or it could be the children you are, it could be that you are a teacher, something to do with art, creativity, yeah. Or it could be you taking care of inner child, meaning something that you are interested in doing. Could be a creative project. could be some kind of activities. Yes, with both these cards, what I'm getting is you are focusing on all areas of your life, meaning creating some kind of balance. Um, with the Justice card, this is in the future position, immediate future, and this is also you something to do with legalities, legal matters, your documents, your financial stuff, banking, investments, something like that. For some, this is also you staying open to different way of doing things, different perspectives. So for instance, if it has something to do with conflicts or things like that, this is where you are sharing your own thoughts and opinions, but you are also letting the other person open up and talk about uh, how they are seeing things. So you are listening to others' perspectives. On the other hand, it could also be other things. For instance, if you are starting a business or something, you are asking others for their inputs. So you can have, so that is actually helping you see things from all angles. Ace of Swords here is use a new vision. This is you moving in a new path, clarity, you seeing the bigger picture. Decisions, Capricorn. This is the month where you are making some decisions. And yes, Three of Pentacles is in the is your opportunities. For some, this is you for in your career. This has to do with you leveling up, Capricorn. It could be that you are taking a new position. It could be yes. For some, like something to do with the services that you offer. It could also be new clients. Yes, you are also you're also helping people see things from a new perspective. Yeah, from a new angle, meaning like maybe someone is coming to you for your advice, your suggestions. Maybe they are just talking about things and you will help them see things from a different angle. Maybe that will be a huge help for them. Maybe that will help them make some decisions in their life, make some changes in their life. So that's nice. For some, this is also a team environment, you working with others, partnerships. If you need help, it's important you ask. It could be your community, it could be your friends, it could be your family, or it could be you hiring someone, like, outsourcing, things like that. For some, it could also be your kids. So that will make things much, much easier for you. Yeah, ask. Ace of Swords is all about asking questions, clear you coming across some new information. It could be, maybe you are having a conversation with someone and they may say something which will be an aha moment. And yeah, things like that. So and then with the moon and the Six of Swords in the environment, yes, certain things. So moon is all about is maternal energy. For some, it may have something to do with a parent figure here, or it could be, you feel you being in that energy, maternal energy. So it could be you taking care of someone. If you are not well, then you are taking care of yourself. Things like that. On the other hand, this is a card of high intuition, spirituality, creativity. So you want to pay close attention. And this is also where, again, with all these cards, what I'm seeing is you are seeing your experiences in a new light. You can see through the dark, meaning even if you are coming across some emotional stuff, you also know what's happening. You are not letting the emotions cloud your judgments. See, the moon is here and it's aware of what's happening. So this is your intellect is here, and our mind, our thoughts, our feelings are here. So this is where you are um, aware of your thoughts, aware of your patterns, your habits, and if there is anything holding you back, you are aware of that. But at the same time, you are also aware of your strengths, what is possible for you, what you need to do. That clarity is there. So that will help you cut through the illusions of the mind, and you are not letting your mind play games with you. So you know what's happening, but because you see things clearly. Yeah, moon is also where the card is reminding you, do not get distracted by what's happening in the environment. It could be, again, like I said in the beginning, if there is something you are trying to do with others, be very clear about what it is that you want. So before you go into that meeting, that conversation, be very clear in your mind about what your expectations are, how you want things to turn out, like what is it that you want. And then if somebody is giving their suggestions, their opinions, then you will know whether that will whether you want to make some changes, some adjustment, or whether you want to stick with your own vision, whether your own decisions. So that's important. But if you don't have that clarity, then we will just get distracted by by what's out there. For instance, like if you are looking for an outfit, and if when you don't know, like if you know, like, okay, this is the no, that's a bad example. Let's talk about home. So if you want to make some changes in your home, maybe the architect will give their own suggestions, and if your vision is clear, if you know what it is that you want to, how you want that space to look like, then you can, then it will be possible for you to stick to your own vision, stick to your own decisions, and not get carried away by what somebody else is telling you to do. Does that make sense? Okay, moon card. So do not get distracted. Okay, now let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. All right, and then we will wrap up. It's almost 15 minutes now. So what I'm seeing for you in July is completion, travel, relocation for some of you. Excitement of new beginnings are also there. You are making some decisions. You are also when it comes to your communication, you are very clear about things. Clear about what you want. You are assertive, and you are confronting your own fears. Ace of Swords. This is a card of like inner power, inner strength. You confronting your own fears. And with the moon card, all fears might come up, Capricorns. So just know when you make the decisions, whether it's coming from a place of fear or whether it's coming from a place of strength. Okay, so that will help you move forward despite fear. And you are stepping into a new cycle, a new beginning. World card. Okay, the healing lagoon. Rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal, it's safe to stop. Perfect. And that's what I'm seeing here, self-care. Okay, let me read this out to you. The healing lagoon. It could be that you are going on a vacation, because I see a lot of water bodies here. You have King of Cups, Moon. It could be that it could be a beach vacation for some of you. Could be a retreat, you taking a vacation. Number 88. The message is rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal. It's safe to stop. The healing waters are here to hold you, to heal you. The healing waters are here to hold you, to heal you, to revive you. It's not only safe for you to slow down, sometimes it's necessary to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well being, to replenish yourself with whatever it is that you are yearning for most, to slow down and rest. The healing lagoon is a place of nourishment, recovery, and rest. The waters are urging you to slow down to a sustainable pace, and wherever possible, to give these things to yourself preemptively, not only when you burn out. This is a card of self care, pleasure, and tender nourishment. How can you ease into resting, replenishing, regenerating, receiving? The healing waters of the healing lagoon are waiting to receive you, to replenish you, to hold you, to regenerate you. They are waiting to attune you back to your most natural and alive state. So book that vacation or that morning off. Reduce your working hours so that when you show up, you can show up fully. The patriarchal expectation of grow, push isn't sustainable. Your body is your most precious asset. So take care of it and regularly make time to regenerate and rest. Soul inquiry. How can you make more time in your life to regenerate and rest? How can you practically prioritize your well-being today? Wow, those are important questions. And that's what the Sun card is about. Maybe remember, I told you in the beginning, you are asking yourself some questions to understand if you are living your best life. Is there something that needs your attention? It could be your body. Maybe your body needs your attention. Your mind, your soul needs your attention. So this is the month where you are creating that balance in your life. You are freeing up some time so you can just relax, do nothing. In our culture, guilty as charged. Rest is considered as waste of time. We don't feel productive. I'm the same way, to be honest with you. When on a weekend when I don't do anything at all, I feel really bad. I feel like I am wasting my time and that I want to be productive and things like that. But whenever those thoughts come up, I also counsel myself, and I'm like, no, maybe that's not the case. Maybe my body needs some more sleep. Maybe my body needs some rest. So I'm just going to take it easy. I'm just going to sit here and see what's coming up. So sometimes it's important to just sit down and watch our thoughts, and it's not about doing anything. It's just about watching our breath, because that's keeping us alive. That's the most important thing. And sometimes we just ignore it. We don't even focus on our own breath, and that is what's keeping us alive, the most precious gift. And also sometimes when we do that, we also realize certain things. We come up with some new insights, messages, things like that, and our soul feels rejuvenated, replenished. This is a rebirth moment for you, Capricorn. Looks like that is exactly what you are doing. This is if you haven't been feeling well, but you also have Emperor. Emperor has to do with responsibilities, commitments, exhaustion, things like that. It could be that you have several things on your plate, but with both these cards, it feels like you are also making time for you. Creating that balance is important. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. I will see you in the next reading. And also, if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Shoot me an email, okay? Thank you and take care.